Oh yeah. Has anybody uh did anybody watch this when they were younger and get fooled by it? Cuz I know I did.
Nope.
Mermaids, the body found.
Nah.
Ah, well, here you go. You're in for it. I was like a teenager when this came on, and it did
Hi.
get me.
It's
Oh, no.
October, meaning it's the month of all things scary, spooky, and mythical, like
Okay, so this video is a little old.
ghouls, goblins, ghosts, this picture of Glen Powell,
Ugh.
dragons, and mermaids. None of these are proven to be real. They're all myths or legends. For them to be considered real, they would have to have scientific evidence to back it up. But what if I told you that in 2012, a documentary aired that gave us undeniable proof that one of the most well-known and loved legends actually exists? 12 years ago, Mermaids, the Body Found aired for the first time on Animal Planet, a TV channel that focuses primarily on nature and animals.
Did it,
In
though?
this documentary, they show so much evidence of mermaids
Did it,
being
though?
real that it shocked.
Wait, did
In
she?
this TV channel that focuses the Body Found aired for actually
Wait, when did she say it aired?
12 years ago, Mermaids, the
12 years ago. Wow. Okay, so this is okay. So 12 years ago. Hang on a sec. Oh, I wasn't a teenager. I'm sorry. I was a young adult. I was 22. Okay. I don't know, for some reason I thought I was a teenager when this came out, but I guess I was just a really young adult.
The Body Found aired for the first time on Animal Planet, a TV channel that focuses primarily
Remember
on
Ripley's
nature
Believe It or
and
Not?
animals. In this documentary, they show so much evidence of mermaids.
Yeah, I
being
remember
real
that. Oh, my
it
head went
shocked the nation.
cocked
And
to
it
the side
became
for a
Animal
second.
Planet's second most watched telecast.
MHMMM.
I like how she said, oh shit, well, my big head's in the way. Hang on. Can you see her? She superimposed her head onto Ariel.
Ever. And the first most watched telecast ever was the sequel, Mermaids, The New
Oh Lord,
Evidence. I
LOL.
need you guys to understand that this was a cultural phenomenon. I remember watching this documentary when I was a teen, and my life was changed. I mean, it was a huge thing, obviously. Mermaids being real. But the documentary was fake.
Yeah.
They called it a mockumentary, kind of like The Office. If The Office was trying to convince everybody it was real and they were only talking about mermaids the whole time. So, kind of nothing like The Office, actually. As gullible as I may be, I don't like being fooled. I don't like being
Exactly.
a pawn in somebody else's game. Animal Planet
Yep.
tricked me, and I've held on to this grudge for the last 12 years. And guess what? Now
Same,
I have a platform
same.
where I like to make fun of things. So guess what I'm about to do? So there's three main points to this documentary. Number one, there's real evidence of mermaids through found footage, audio recordings, ancient artifacts, and literally a body of a mermaid. Which is why I think they call it Mermaids, the Body Found. But that's just a theory. Number two, the aquatic ape theory is very real, and that's how mermaids came to be, shown through very scary CGI. And number three, the Navy is really mean, kind of bullies, and they really suck. The tone of this documentary is really dramatic, almost in a way where it takes itself way too seriously.
As a scientist, I was never a believer in conspiracy theories. I believe Al-Qaeda was responsible for the 9/11 attacks. I believe we landed on the moon. And I believe Oswald shot JFK.
Wow, What a way to start things off. So you can tell that the tone here is pretty ominous, a little spooky, and very serious. Even though it's serious though, the documentary mixes real scientific events with just complete nonsense. The first piece of evidence they start off with is called the bloop.
In 1997,
The bloop.
scientists from NOAA recorded a sound in the deep Pacific. It's thought to be organic in nature and has never been identified. It's called the bloop.
Oh my god, do you see that? No, what? It's in the water right there. Oh yeah, I see it. What is that? No, it's not a dolphin. It's not a fish. Oh my god. It's today's sponsor! This video is sponsored by Aura, and honestly, perfect timing because hackers have just tried to steal the social security number of, well, every American. Uh-oh! Over 2.9 billion records were taken from national public data. So now, hackers could know .com/Doxie Carter. Thank you so much for sponsoring me, Aura. Now back to the video. Oh my god. I almost forgot to get into costume. Okay, yes,
Dino
I did
dance,
pay
Dino
$20
dance,
for
Dino
this.
dance,
Flash
Dino
forward a few
dance.
years, and the Navy, big bad Navy, is
Okay, I kind of want that little hair clip thing. I'm not gonna lie.
doing sonar tests. And these sonar tests, unfortunately, beach a bunch of whales. They murdered a bunch of whales in cold blood, and this is true. The Navy did do that. But don't worry, guys, the whales are okay. And I know this because all the whales are in whale heaven, and they have their whale friends and whale family there, and they eat ice cream every day. This
Well,
is
that's
Dr.
comforting.
Paul, and he's a scientist that works for NOAA. NOAA is a U.S. government agency that protects our oceans and lands and air, while the Navy was murdering all the whales and other things that might be out there.
Uh-oh.
Him and his team were taking
Wow,
audio
why did my head do
recordings
that?
of the
Sorry.
event, and this is what it sounds like.
It was pretty awful to listen to.
You think it's awful to listen to? Please. This is what's inside every woman's mind on the first day of their period. They listen to the recordings and they discover that they can actually hear the same creature that's in the bloop in their recordings. They think it's a new species they've never heard before. So they interview this guy, Dr. Webster, who specializes in whale and dolphin communication.
I search for signifiers, which are, particular sounds to which you can attach a meaning or a mood. You and I would refer to them as words.
He brings out this suitcase, and this is one of my favorite parts of the documentary because what the fuck is that? Apparently it is a real thing. It's called a portable field data recorder, but they made it a briefcase because I think they wanted it to look very top secret. The first time I saw it, it reminded me of those portable DVD players I had as a kid in the car because my parents just wished I would shut the fuck up and watch a movie. Anyways, here's what he discovers.
Literally thousands of different signifiers. At least half dozen individual voice prints. So what you see
Oh god, I remember owning one of those LOL.
I always wanted one, but I
don't
never
know what that
actually
pause
got
was,
one.
But thank you for getting to the point. So this new species that they think they've discovered has thousands of signifiers, or different communication talking points. Kind of like another species. But here's the thing. The
A
bloop
what?
didn't actually sound like that. It sounded like this.
Yeah, I was about to say, that doesn't sound like the bloop.
People did think that the bloop was made by a sea creature, and they thought that it looked like this. That thing is scary, but honestly, listening to the sound, I can see it. When I saw it for the first time, it reminded me of the Alaskan bullworm from SpongeBob.
Oh my god.
The general consensus, though, with scientists is that it was an ice quake, where the giant icebergs crack and split off in Antarctica or other places with icebergs. At least that's what the government wants you to think. Other things they put in this documentary are just hilarious, especially the found footage. They find footage from German
news archives contain an interview with a fisherman who had his own experience with this strange phenomenon.
Mein Name ist Hans Bauer. Ich bin im Hafen von Sutridge aufgewachsen. Ich bin schon ein Fischer Mein ganzes Leben.
Yeah, I don't think this
Water.
guy's actually German. It feels like they hired a guy that knew a little bit of German
Hans.
and he
Yeah.
also looks like he could be German. Like I said, I could be totally wrong, but they do it all the time in Korean dramas anytime there's an American character.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say I can't be the only one that doesn't think he's actually German. That I don't know, it's just something about the way he was speaking it that just seemed kind of off.
Trust me, I've seen this before.
Ich habe meine Kamera geholt und ich habe das Bild genommen.
Meinen Kamera.
Ich glaube, wir stören hier jemands Fischgebiet.
Yeah, all I can see is a rock. Does anybody else see anything here? This seems like a stretch. I mean,
Well, I don't know about a rock, but it just kind of looked like a fin or the back of like an actual like animal that we already know about, you know, like a whale or something.
why did they even have to include this portion? They found a literal body. Isn't that evidence enough? Also, there's no way he didn't directly come from Walgreens with that picture. That thing is brand new. You're telling me that's been in his pocket this whole time? Before I can go on a journey of roasting the CGI in this film, I have to talk about the aquatic ape theory.
The theory about us, really, about where we come from. And I know it's always been controversial, but now I think there's really something to it.
Here's the premise of the aquatic ape theory. Our early ancestors spent a lot of time around water, which is why we have a little bit of webbing between our fingers, which is why our spine
And some people actually still retain their webbing. Have you heard about those people with like webbed toes? Yeah, some people have actually still, kind of like in cats. When you see them cats with their little poochy bellies, that little flabby poochy belly.
Web
It's called,
what?
yeah, webbed toes. Some people actually have webbed toes. It's kind of rare, but it happens. And just like some people still retain their tail. Like their tailbone will still have like a little nub of a tail on it. That's rare too, but it happens. But yeah, just like in cats, they have what's called a primordial pooch, which is that little flabby
Never heard of
belly.
that until now.
Oh, it's pretty fascinating, yeah. I just noticed this thing says, "Help, I've been kidnapped." But yeah,
The primordial pouch.
primordial pouch.
Smiling face.
Yeah. And they call it that because apparently, like, you know, in ancient times or whatever, you know, the cats would have that for, like, different reasons, you know, extra fat storage, something for protection, you know, just, you know, it had a few uses, but yeah. But some cats of today actually still retain that little gene or what have you that gives them that little pouch. So yeah, and it happens to humans too. We still retain some really old, like, traits like webbed toes or little nub tails. I find it really fascinating.
spine is so flexible. How we can hold our breath underwater.
We can control breathing like marine mammals and hold our breath longer than any other land animal.
Let's
Whoa.
take it back 7 million years ago.
Ugh.
Oh. Look at us. That was us. Right there. And I'm just gonna say it. Smash.
Some
I knew she was gonna say that.
left the forest for the sea. But what pulled them here? What drew them to the water's edge? It was food.
Yeah, relatable. Food will get me to go anywhere too. I will drive up to 25 minutes to a Chili's. Anything longer than that, though, I'll probably just find something else to eat. Here's where they take
Yeah.
the aquatic ape theory even further. Because of volcanoes and earthquakes and stuff, maybe one group of the ancestral apes moved inland into the forest. But what if there was a separate group that went out even further to the water? What if one group moved inland and became humans, and the other group that moved to the ocean became mermaids. They go on to show the mermaids and all of their
I mean, that's awesome to
evolutionary
think about.
stages. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. That's pretty cool. Maybe it's just me because I think evolution is pretty fucking sick. Another
Yeah.
cool thing about this portion of the documentary is that they animated it. Oh my god, what is that? Oh my
Oh my god! What is that?
Oh wow. That's not Ariel. Okay, they actually look really horrifying. It's like
Cardi
if a
B
human
mean
had
LOL.
dolphin skin. They're so creepy and scary looking.
Oh, is that who that was that says that it's Cardi B? Oh my god, what is that?
Yet somehow
Yes.
you just
Ah.
gotta feel for them. Cause they're kind of human. They even make the mermaids bonded with dolphins.
They are bonded with another intelligent being. It is a bond of friendship. For now, they play together. In time, they will hunt together.
Okay, so if I bond with a dolphin, will he promise not to sexually assault me? Dolphins do that, you know.
Me
A
when
lot.
I see a demon. LOL. Oh my god, what is that?
Out of everything, is that not the most cliche bullshit you've ever heard?
Yeah.
Besties with
L_.
dolphins, get real. This isn't Disney World. This is real life. Why would we hang out with dolphins when there are manatees that exist? There is a tragedy that happens
Hello, my mermaid self is besties with a seal.
with these mermaids. One of these mermaids goes ahead of his pod to check out the feeding grounds. And he sees a whale. Cool. What up, whale? And oh my god, a megalodon! What the fuck?
Holy
I
crap.
didn't see it coming. But then, oh my god, there's another megalodon.
Oh my goodness! Oh no, they're not gonna get eaten by the megalodon, are they? Oh, he's leading it away. Okay. It's so sad.
You're telling me
What the
that
fuck?
one megalodon went after a gigantic whale to eat,
Look,
and another
that's
megalodon
Johnny as a
wants
shark.
to eat a freaking mermaid? Isn't that the equivalent of like a human eating one single Ritz
No, I
cracker?
don't think
What
that
did
was
my
the Johnny
tiny little
shark.
handsome mermaid do to deserve this? This is the harsh realities of living. This is planet Earth. This is
LOL
why I'm
good one at
terrified
Z
of going
Nunes
into the
04.
ocean. That's the shark's territory. If I get bitten, it's my fault. Tragic, but it's my fault. I'm just terrified of that happening. That and getting stung by a jellyfish, which I might be scared of more. I've never been stung. Let's keep
That's
it that way.
definitely
the
Johnny
CGI
face with
looks
tears
pretty
of joy.
rough, but it came out in like
No!
2012 was 12 years ago, and what they put out then, even the best of the best,
Face
you
with
still look
tears
at
of
it and
joy
you're
for
like,
sure.
"Oof, that's aged." But they did what they could. They did a good job with it, I think, even though it's hilarious to look at. But pretty cool for the recreation of what
Damn, my
happened
nail
years
glue
ago. Why
is
on
just
earth would you use
sealed
the
shut.
same CGI
I don't know if I can
in
open it.
those clips
I might have to
that
get the
you
damn
would
pliers
use
on it.
in found footage clips. Eventually, Dr. Paul and his team get a hold of two boys who were at the beach when the whale beachings happened. And they found something else. They drew a picture of what they found, and what is that?
The Navy had not thought to check the kid's camera phone.
They have footage of the event, which we couldn't have just started with. Like, we could have just skipped the whole drawing thing.
Alright, hold on a sec. Let me go get
There
some
it is
damn...
again, LOL.
Let me just go get some damn pliers on this shit. Hold on, I'll be right back. Damn it. Grab me. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. I've managed to pry it open.
The video footage seems like much better evidence. The whole
Now I can do my
documentary,
nails.
They are edging you with this clip. They preview it like 10 times before they actually show the real thing. So here it is.
What the hell? Really? Come on.
You know, when I watched it in 2012, I was just a kid. Let's just say critical thinking skills were lacking.
Yeah.
Well, I guess nothing has changed, actually. But my inner skeptic hadn't been nourished yet. I believed things a lot more easy than I do now. And now, sitting here at the age of 27 years old, I'm practically turning to dust, and my bones are becoming so thin. I have to say, how did I ever believe that this was a real mermaid? Maybe my TV was only 720 HP? HP? Is that right? HP? HQ. I don't know. Because in 1080,
720p.
things are not looking very legitimate. Not really sure why they made the found footage so terrifying and like jump scary. Maybe the reason they make mermaids so scary in these found footage clips is to make it more realistic that the Navy doesn't want you to see this. In this whole thing, the Navy is like the ultimate villain. They start off by just killing innocent whales and mermaids. And also the Navy proves themselves to be doing everything they can to erase the evidence of mermaids out there. Dr. Paul finds a whole body of a mermaid. Okay, not a whole, like, I don't know, what is that? Like a third of a body? This is like solid proof. This is evidence. This is physical evidence because it's a mermaid.
Scientists aren't
Right.
supposed to believe in fairy tales. And what we were looking at was a mermaid.
But the Navy freaking
You gotta love their little dramatic pauses they do.
confiscates it.
All the lab tests, all of the files, the skull reconstruction we brought back. And they took the body.
Like, what the heck, dude? That's really rude. Did your parents ever teach you that stealing is bad? My parents did, because one time I stole an Ariel doll at nap time in preschool, and the next day I had to go and give it back. And I was shamed and embarrassed. You should feel that shame and embarrassment too. Yes, me and the Navy are not that alike after all. But finally, at the climax of it all, Paul and his team go out to the ocean to see if they can find any other evidence of mermaids.
We waited to see if there was anything out there.
And after the longest build-up ever,
Nothing. Oh, okay.
they see it. They see something.
There was something out there. Brian was certain he saw something. And
Something.
I'm pretty sure I saw something too.
But then the Navy comes.
Again.
What the hell? They just take his stuff again. God, they suck. People still believe that this is real. I kid you not. Even going to the YouTube video with the documentary, the comments are
Oh no.
insane. I saw another person how was telling me there are no mermaids. Why
Okay.
is the government always trying to be the owners of everything? Dave, that other people find those people will probably hear before us. Just let them live. Let those mermaids alone. What do you have to go in and discover what they were here before us? We are the ones who are the intruders. I mean, yeah, going through that is
Why do they all have broken English?
rough. But you know what? He's on to something. He is certainly on to something. One of the things
Something.
most interesting about this documentary is how perfectly boring it is. You know that moment when you're sitting and you're watching a documentary
I mean, it wasn't boring when I was, younger and watching this.
and they're explaining something
I was
and you're
locked
like,
in.
yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You have a lot of those moments where they're kind of just saying nothing. But then there's such strong discoveries, and there's an emotional aspect that they do really well, making the Navy the villain, making you feel bad for the poor handsome mermaid. I really love it, and I really hate it at the same time, because how come after watching this like 14 times in a row am I like, yeah, but what if? You never know, my dude. And I know in my gut it's because I'm gullible, okay? I know this about myself. But I mean, you can't just gaslight 3 million people like that. Well, actually, I guess you can, because they did. Here's one of the shadiest things that this documentary does. In the credits, they don't name any of the actors of the talking heads, or who Dr. Paul Robertson is played by. They only name the recreation cast, implying that all of the scientists were real scientists. They should have been way more transparent with this, right? None of the institutions or agencies that appear in the film are affiliated or associated with it in any way, nor have approved its contents. Basically, this is just to make sure that they aren't sued, right? But then this is the next thing they say. Though certain events in this film are fictional, Navy sonar tests have been directly implicated in whale beachings. The bloop is a real phenomenon. There is still debate about what it may be. I mean, this caused such a commotion that NOAA had to come out and be like, hey, no evidence of aquatic humanoids has ever been found. If you had a government agency come out and be like, whoa, 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 maybe you weren't clear enough about what you were putting out. It really seems like the creators were trying to manipulate facts and mislead people into believing in mermaids because they also believe in mermaids. Animal Planet.
You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies? Or on national TV in this case.
Got so much shit for this. But they doubled down and made a second one, and it did even better. So what did they do? They made a mockumentary about Megalodon. They made a mockumentary about, I think, cannibals. They made a mockumentary about dinosaurs. So was this kind of messed up for Animal Planet to do? Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
It was. But was it entertaining? Also, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very entertaining. Even if this documentary was fake. I do have to say, everything in science is just a theory. Sure, most scientists believe the bloop was caused by an ice quake, but there are always different ideas out there, different possibilities, different theories. The documentary mentions that there are frequencies beyond human hearing, and the government has the best technology to analyze these sounds. What if there are things to the bloop that we don't know about?
Very
Maybe
entertaining to see
icebergs
Johnny
cracking
before his
is
actual
just a
animality.
convenient cover-up. I mean, we know the government is hiding things. In 2023, former intelligence official David Grush testified to Congress, claiming that the U.S. government has recovered non-human biological material and spacecraft from crash sites. This is fact. Aliens. They're telling us aliens exist after debunking every video, every claim. So what makes you so sure that the legends we've known since the beginning of time aren't real, aren't being hidden from us? In the
And I know
documentary,
you
they
still
discuss
want the
carvings
kangaroo
that they
for
found
him.
in Egyptian caves. But what they
Well,
discuss
maybe
wasn't real.
if
But
in
what
another
is
game
real is the earliest
they
known
do
depiction of a
animalities
mermaid-like
again.
figure. The Mesopotamian goddess Atargatis is from 1,000
I think they need to bring the
BC.
babalities
There is a
back,
stone
though.
carving of a mermaid
That'd be-
found in a Norman
that'd be funny
chapel
to see.
at Durham Castle, England. What exactly is the difference between that and what they said in the documentary? The truth is, from our days as ancestral apes to the present, everything we've learned is tiny in comparison to how vast our lands are, how deep our ocean goes. We've barely scratched the surface.
True.
See how easy it is?
Oh, was that the end of it? Oh, okay. Just kind of abruptly ended.